I don't know about you, but I love social media. I love the connectedness and the inside look and all of the stories that people are telling. But I also know that some of that is fiction. And I've been thinking a lot about just the value of storytelling as women and really just taking time to think about what is our story and actually just be in it instead of immediately taking a picture and posting it to Instagram and coming up with cute hashtags. Like, that is one way to tell a story, but usually there's a lot more happening beneath the surface. And I was reading this book called Unrepeatable by Joshua Miller. It's really good. And he said that stories are really important because living the story allows us to make sense of the ups and downs of life, or at least it's supposed to. And I feel like so often I'm in such a rush, like this morning, that I'm so busy living it and kind of just trying to get through it, that maybe I'll share a piece of the story, but I won't really think about how connected the pieces are. And that's the story that I need to be telling. And life has been really exciting and intense and scary and all of that lately. And I've had lots of opportunities to tell my story and to be brave. And as I was making this transition into the Brave Women Project, I read in Josh's book the sentence that really stood out to me. God breaks into our lives and changes trajectories in a heartbeat. He never destroys history, though. He redeems it. And I thought about that. And I thought about how many times in my life my story has totally taken a different path. And so I really want to encourage you to take some time to reflect on your own story and be in it, but also reflect on how all those pieces connect. And sometimes we need to start telling our story to each other in the raw ways, not just the pretty Facebook, Twitter, Instagram versions, like without the filters. Sometimes we need to tell those stories in the most real ways. And storytelling is important because it does connect us with each other on a more intimate level. And storytelling also helps us to invite other people into the mess and into the moments that could be life-changing for them. And so the last thing that I read in Josh's book, which really stood out to me, was that sometimes we have to give people what they want in order to give them what they need. And I thought about that and how gentle some of the people in my life have been with me and being in my story and listening to my story and helping me through their own stories understand what I really need to do in order to get to the next level and the next step. And I just want you to think about that today. And I hope that you spend a couple minutes to think about your own story and think about who needs to hear it. And more importantly, whose stories do you need to hear? And how do we do that for each other?